Good morning. We are in Liverpool, and we're going to do another cross-country flight. And so starting just a little bit early. I got some errands to run right after I streamed, so I wanted to get started just a little bit earlier than I normally start at 11, but wanted to get started a little earlier. So without further ado, let me see if I can get everything up and running here, and we'll move along. Good morning, Iowa. Good to see you.
OBS sim sound.
Hey, looks like that's working.
Check. Mod mic in position.
Check.
Check. OBS mod mic sound.
1, 2, 3, 4. Good.
Check. OBS streaming.
We're certainly streaming.
Check.
Toolkit, yep.
Cover toolkit windows. Check. Fly with Lewis sounds script. Check. AVI tab plugin. Check.
I've already done these two.
Balance. Check. Rep maintenance log. Check. 2 brakes. Test and set. 3 fuel selector. Both. 4 fuel shut-off valve. On, in. 6 beacon. On. 7 avionics switch. Off. 8 master switch. On. 9 throttle. Open 1/4 inch. 10 mixture. Idle cut off. A auxiliary pump. On. B mixture. Rich until 3 to 5 GPH then cut off. C auxiliary pump. Off. 12 starter. Engage. 1 ignition switch. Start. 2 mixture, at engine start. Rich. 3 engine. RPM 1000 RPM. 4 oil pressure. Check. 5 mixture. Leaned max. Retract.
I forgot it too many times, so I just put it on my checklist. Yes.
On. 8 instruments.
I went part of a stream where I wasn't, nobody could hear me. So I had the mic wasn't working or something like that. So, okay, instruments. We're between East and 6. Over here. I don't know what the elevation is here, so EGGP. Okay, we're at 80 feet. It should be good.
Set. 1 brakes.
Okay, we're all good with that. So let me get my other airports dialed in here while I'm letting the plane warm up. So EGCK. Looks right. EGFP. Whoops. That looks right. EGFF. Cool. Yeah, when I use, I'm pretty good now with 172 in the rep. I use it enough that I'm pretty good, but it's unforgiving. So if I forget something, something bad will probably happen. So I've been, I just decided to start doing that. So, and I also kind of like showing off our X checklist. So I kind of like showing that off in the stream also. So, not quite warm enough yet. Yeah, let's see if this is working. Yep. Stay active, runway.
Arriving and departing runway 27.
Good look. It's like I'm dialed in for 27. All I'll have to do is figure out how to get there. Shouldn't be too hard. Get you on. Like I'm gonna use this guy. Do some zooming. So, 27's the direction. No problem at all. So, looks like I can take Alpha. Yeah. I can take Alpha all the way over. So I should be good. Cool. So I'll just have to spin around here and go that way, and that'll be good. Okay, certainly looks like I can taxi. Just doing a quick check, make sure I got everything about where I want it. Yep. So I'll release the parking brake. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready to taxi.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf taxi to runway 27 via taxiways Alpha. Hold short runway 27.
Oh, this should get me headed in the right direction. Oh yeah. So I'm running live weather and live time, so. So it's in the afternoon over here. Mm-hmm. Say weather.
Weather at Echo Golf Golf Papa is few clouds. Visibility is unrestricted. Winds are 292 at 7 knots. Cloud coverage is 2,200. Few clouds. Current altimeter is 3045. Temperature 19 or dew point 13.
Okay, that's an ILS. Don't need to worry about that one. Old short should be up here pretty quick. Kind of cool. They got like a lead into it on the taxi line. So that it's a hold short line. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready for departure.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf contact tower on 126.35.
Sitcom 1 126.355.
Com 1 set to 126.355.
Tower Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Tower, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf ready for departure.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, winds are 291 at 7 knots, altimeter 3045, cleared for takeoff, runway 27.
Alrighty. Make sure everything looks okay. Yep. Rotate. Off we go. Like I should be on a heading of a 257. So I'm kind of like on that right now. So 54 miles to our next airport, and that will be I can't quite pronounce that. Caprenton or something like that. Kind of funny when the sun goes in and out of from in front of the clouds, out from the clouds. It lights up the whole cockpit. So, alrighty. Pull back power to 2200. Put the nose down a little bit here to try to get level. And hopefully we'll pick up some speed. I haven't got it quite trimmed yet, and I can just feel the pressure on the yoke to try to get it to stay level. Not too bad right now. Off by just a little bit, but it's close. There's a train down there. It's like a passenger train.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good day. Frequency change approved.
Doing kind of a poor job of maintaining altitude here. Nothing to do with the planes, just Bill. I'll get there. Just not paying attention. You're getting closer now. See where it balances out. And now I'm making like really small corrections to try to find a place where the plane's happy at about 1500. Pretty close. But if you can't kind of enjoy the scenery, it's kind of missing part of the point of the flight. I am finding it kind of interesting if you, because we're using Orbx True Earth for Great Britain. So instead of streaming the satellite image, basically you take a snapshot of the satellite image and kind of tweak it a little bit. But it is kind of interesting how believable it is. And the way not dependent on the server at all. The server was there's a golf course down there. The server was involved, but it was involved when the scenery was initially created, not while you're flying. So so the advantage is that you the experience is more consistent. So you don't have hits and misses if the server's kind of having a bad day, your experience doesn't change. So it's just a different concept, and I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing. So are you too high for me? I don't know. Have to figure that out. It could be. Yeah, I was watching Brett's stream before I did mine this morning, and he was trying out a new add-on for cloud. It looked pretty nice. It looked pretty good. I've been looking at it, but I wanna take a look at next generation first before I do any cloud add-ons to see what the new default brings to the table. Oh yeah. When you look at things at a distance, they're kind of deceiving. I'm still on course. There's kind of a low spot right here, but even if I went across the high spot, nah, no big deal. So it's going to be kind of interesting when we get 3D trees, what kind of impact that'll be. You would think it's going to take more horsepower to draw them, but I don't know. I know Austin had made the comment that he wanted everybody's graphics fans to run at full speed. so I'm thinking there may be an impact. I don't know. Time will tell. There's quite a few people think if you update a sim, you know, that it should get more efficient. Well, it can, but if you decide you're going to give it more eye candy because it did get more efficient, then it's basically a draw. I guess my biggest surprise when I come to Europe the first time was how much land there is between towns. I guess I had this misconception, big time, that that almost every town touched another town. But as you kind of look, there's a lot of farmland here. So a lot of just open spaces and quite a few trees, actually. That was probably one of my biggest misconceptions when the first time I come. I think so the first place I come in Europe was to Italy, and but what's even crazier about Italy is where they decide to build houses. I mean, so right on the rocky cliffs of the Mediterranean, yeah, let's build houses here. You know, it's kind of like, okay. And they've been there for a long time. Oh, this looks like a quarry or something. Yeah, that bigger one way in front of us, that looks a little bit taller. They got 23 miles to go, and that there is less than 23 miles away. Yeah, we'll stay as close as we can to the ground. I'm not too far from the clouds. I'm looking for a patch and I don't see one. Looks like we gotta go over it. Not quite sure what's on the other side, if I could go down by the water and come back. Just not sure. A little lower over here. Let me try this. So I'll go over to the left a little bit. Yeah, we're okay temp-wise. It's 59 degrees, so don't need to worry about icing or any of that good fun stuff. The airport's to my right, still 17 miles away. I'm gonna start climbing. I'm gonna kind of go up through here. Give it a little more power. I don't know if those are power lines up there. Almost look like they are. Probably better not want to tangle with them. Yeah, we're okay. Trying to get on course here. I'm a little behind. Trying to get the plane set up to climb a little bit here. So, next airport. EGCK. So it's at the coast, really. But it says the elevation is 0. Okay. So, just got to get over these right here. So I pull back the power a bit. Plane should descend. I'm 14 miles out, so we got plenty of time. And the clouds didn't seem to be a factor, so that's good. Interesting how they run them power lines like right up over those mountains, so. Setcom 1, 122.255.
Com 1 set to 122.255.
Oh boy. We got little runways here. So 280, 220. That's really crazy. So it says it has ILSs on all these runways. But the runways are, one is 3,200 and the other one is 2,100. It's like, really? And those have ILSs. That's a little crazy. Yeah, whenever I do these, I don't do a lot of planning. I basically pick airports that are not RAF airports, and that's kind of hard in England, and they're anywhere from 40 or 50 to hopefully under 100 miles away. So that's kind of my criteria, and they have to be asphalt. They got to be paved. So I'm gonna put power back in here a little bit. I don't want to be completely at pattern altitude, so. Alrighty. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is FSS, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Gernafon FSS on 122.25, please repeat your request.
Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Gernafon FSS on 122.25, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, say active runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Gernafon FSS on 122.25, please repeat your request.
Well, I'm on the right frequency. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, say weather.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, weather at Echo Golf Charlie Kilo is few clouds. Visibility is unrestricted, winds are 284 at 8 knots, cloud coverage is 2,400, few clouds. Current altimeter is 3045. Temperature 182.13.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, say active runway.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Gernafon FSS on 122.25, please repeat your request.
Alrighty, she ain't gonna cooperate with me. So, gotta find this runway, this airport. And I'm just gonna have to pick a runway because I'm not getting any cooperation, so. And I am too low. I got winds of 280 at 8 knots. And so far, I'm having no luck finding this airport. It's got to be right in here, I think. Yeah, it's got to be right. Yes, right in here. So it says it's 3 miles away. Really? Got to be on that sliver of land over there. Really? That's pretty crazy. But doesn't mean it's not there. I just can't see it quite yet. The two towers sticking up in the air really are a bit of a concern. Okay, I'm gonna do an overfly here. Oh, now that's too crazy. So that's the runway right there. There's actually 2 runways here. Now that is crazy. Wow. And there's another runway there. Two 5 is shorter. Two 5 is shorter, but I think I'm gonna try that one. I'm just doing a touch and go, so shouldn't be a big deal. And I can't talk to her, so we'll just have to figure this out. So get one notch of flaps in. Get her spun around here. See how well we can pull this off. This is a short runway. This is 2,100 feet, so, but it ain't like I can't do it. Just have to get slowed down a little bit. There's the runway. Oh yeah. Well, that's about the craziest thing I've ever seen. I am too fast. Wasn't quite set up well enough for that. I will do it better next time. I was trying to do a forward slip to get it to drop in, but that was not going well. Alrighty. That would explain it. It's like, why ain't this thing climbing? How could you still get the flaps down? One notch of flaps was down. Alrighty. Let's do a proper approach here and put this one in the books. So 1800, we're doing a downwind here. One notch of flaps. Do a proper approach this time. Still too close to the runway. So we turn on base. One more notch of flaps. Try not to stall it. I think I've overshot the runway a little bit. Try to recover. You have recovered. Just a tad intimidating. Perfect. What go-arounds are all about. So it was the shortest runway, but it was a runway that was more favoring the wind. The wind was 280 and I landed on 250, so it most favored the wind even though it was shorter. But when I did my first approach, I was like way too fast. So I was coming in across the threshold at 80 knots, tried to slip it down. Nah, I wasn't good enough. Go around. The only way you learn. So flaps all the way up. Yep. So we got a ways to go for the next one. Oh, my compass was my heading indicator was off, but it looks okay. Looks like I got to get over these mountains here. So what am I heading? The 181. About where I am. So I'm gonna pull back to like 2200. Yep, never ever landed at that airport before. When I was kind of cutting close, I looked and I went, what the heck are towers doing at an airport? And then I looked and I went, oh, they're not towers or windmills. That's just priceless. And at first I thought one of the other runway was closed until I kind of like circled the airport a little bit and went, oh, okay, no, there it is. Got it. Worked out in the end. I'm way, way, way better about doing that. Just flying to airport blind. Just like, nope. I have charts. I mean, I have information about the airport, so the most important thing you need to know is it's great if you know the weather. It's good if you talk to tower because they'll kind of tell you what runway to use, and but if not, then you got to figure it out for yourself. And but knowing the elevation, knowing the runways, and if you know the wind, you know the runways, you can figure out what runway is the best one. And normally you'd land on the longest one, but if the wind wasn't too bad. It was 280 at 8 knots, so that really isn't too bad. You know, so either runway would be okay, but normally the runway better aligned with the wind is the one you should pick. And but if you have that information ahead of time, then you can pretty well land anywhere. I mean, so. But the other thing that's important is that if it's and I was just having a heck of a time. I know what I was trying to do, but I could not keep it. And I was just giving the wrong inputs. It's really that simple. That I wasn't keeping it over the runway, and I wasn't going to land in the grass. So it's kind of like, okay, well, give it full power, and then because you got full flaps in, you have to kind of pay attention to not. If you're too slow and like you get rid of all the flaps, you'll be in the stall speed before you ever take off, and probably don't want to do that. you don't want to stall on takeoff. That would be. Probably you won't recover. All right, pull back power a little bit more here. Yeah, we got a ways to go. It's like 40 minutes, by the looks of it. 46. We had a bunch of water to go across, but that's what it is. It's kind of what I picked. I can zoom. To get a better picture, I gotta go across this water here to get to that airport, so. And I'll probably be illegal going across this much water. So, if the weather was better, I'd probably go higher, but I'm a little concerned. May have picked some, maybe I should have picked some waypoints and kind of followed them, but I didn't, so we'll just go out across the water and hopefully I don't run out of fuel or have an engine failure. Because that could be bad. So, let's, I don't want to run the red line, but I'm gonna give this guy some power. Let's get out across here about as quick as we can. So I'm up to, yeah, I can go to 2,500, that'll be okay. So I took the engine RPM from 2,200 to 2,500. Gonna try to get a level plate and see how fast we can get this plane to go. I want to try to keep it level. I don't want to get really up into those clouds. Going across the water in the clouds would probably be a mistake. This is already risky enough. Yeah, so I'm doing about 120 knots. So we certainly ain't gonna have much scenery right now. Can kind of see the shoreline in the distance, but it's a ways out there. Even though I'm at 2,500, every once in a while it wants to drop some elevation, so I pull back on the yoke a little bit, trim it, gonna do it a little again. So they may be bucking a little bit of a headwind here. Yeah, must be, I am. Not bad, but just am. So the fact it's not rendering any scenery, just water. How about that? Sometimes I'm up into 70 frames. That's pretty cool. But that's why you're over water. It's not rendering hardly anything. So just everything it's rendering is the same. So it doesn't have to work too hard. So as I try to level the plane off, it's like trying to climb a little bit. So when I try to level the plane off, I push in on the yoke a little bit to get it to descend a bit. But because of the way the prop is, when it goes to descend, then the RPMs go up. So I have to readjust the throttle. It's kind of just doing a little bit of a dance. It's just cooking right along. I'm not even up into the yellow, so I'm all well within the proper flight envelope of the aircraft. Certainly not a red line. I'm at like 25, so you really wouldn't want to do this all day because you're burning through quite a bit of fuel, but looks like I'm about halfway across this water. Kind of looking over my gauges to make sure everything kind of looks nothing seriously out of the ordinary. So, next airport, EGFP. Kind of funny how far away you can actually see a horizon. Can't see any detail, but you can definitely tell that there's a horizon over there. It's not just the horizon, I mean, you can see where the land is. May have to get me some fuel. Thought I put enough in here, but not looking that way. She's trimmed up pretty good right now. So I got 2,500 dialed in, and she's holding right around 2,000, elevation of 2,000, so. And it's just completely hands-free. The only changes I'm making is slight course corrections to try to keep me on a course of 181. So south is 180. So if I stay on a southerly heading, that'll be way close enough. Like you can see, the vertical speed indicator is right at 0. It's not moving up, moving down. No, it's right there. Well, the next airport has no weather information. And it's about, there's only one runway and it's as short as the one I did a touch and go on previously. A little bit longer. It's 2,300 feet, so. Should be no issue. Doesn't look like it'll probably have a tower either, so. It says it's got a tower, but it also says something like Pembrate radio, so I'm thinking it's not really a tower. I think it's a C-tap, so. Oh well. I'll probably see how far I can go. Got 43 miles to go. Look, I got 10 gallons in each tank. What's my fuel flow? Oh, I'm burning about 12 gallons. 12 gallons an hour. Looks like it'll be close. I think I'll just go with it. Because I don't think I got fuel at the next airport anyhow, so. That's okay. I think I started off with 15 or 16 gallons in each tank, so. And I could pull the power back here, but I'd rather be slower over land than I would be over water. Okay, certainly can see the land coming up. I still don't think I could glide and make it to land. Could try, but I think I'd fail. Did a pretty good job of maintaining the altitude and a pretty solid southerly heading. So that part's been going pretty good. Just subtle inputs to the yoke to either correct for the elevation going up and down, or correction to the heading. Okay, so this runway is 15 feet, so it's probably along the. It's got to be close to sea level. So. So 36 miles to the next airport. Looks like 19 minutes. Kind of funny from how far away you could actually see the shoreline. That's kind of interesting. Even with it as hazy as it is, and it's pretty hazy, you could still see that. So that's interesting. So we're real weather, real time. So like the time is 16:06, so 4 o'clock or so. But when it's as hazy as it is, it looks kind of darker than what the time is. So it'll be kind of fun to take a look at the X-Plane Next Generation, the lighting, how conditions like this, sunsets, sunrises, all that good stuff, how that'll be rendered. How true to life it'll be. What they're saying is that it's basically based on math of what the weather is, so that should be or on what the lighting is. So kind of a similar way that they do the flight model, they're going to do the lighting kind of that way, where it's basically mathematics. So that'll be different. So if you get the math right, the theory is that it should look exactly the same as real, but the proof's in the pudding. Land! Oh my goodness. I probably can climb to the ground now. Alrighty, so I can I'll pull power back a little bit here. Slow down a little bit. Save some fuel. Try to. Retrim the plane for the change in power setting. So that'll slow it down. So instead of going 110, 15, 20 knots, I'll do probably about 100. So got the throttle, the RPM set to 2200. Plane dropped about 200 feet, trying to get it back. So you have to do a little bit of balance in here. You change the power, trim to adjust, rechange the power, trim to adjust. It doesn't take too long to get it back to a place where it's balanced. So you're just looking at really subtle changes. So you're looking at the altimeter. The altimeter is kind of creeping up. The throttle, the RPM is right around 2200. So you're kind of you kind of wait until it comes into that balance point where it'll say, I'm happy here and this is the altitude you're going to be at, and then you have to make changes from there. So it's slowly going up. It's going up by, maybe 50 feet a minute. No more than that. But it's going up, it ain't going down. Same way as when you make a heading change, you can influence the rate of ascent or descent. Sometimes it matters. It depends how big the change is. If the change is pretty subtle, it'll tend not to make any difference. But if it's an abrupt change, then it will. Where the plane will tend to, if you put it in too steep a bank, the plane will tend to descend. But a shallow bank, no. If it descends, it's too subtle to see. Okay, 24 miles to go to the next airport. I didn't look at these airports too closely to see how long they are. At least none of them have turned out to be grass strips, so that's kind of a good thing. Not that I couldn't land there, but I tend to like asphalt myself. Yeah, Sim's behaving pretty good today. Yeah, I can finally see some scenery again. Bitcom 124.400.
Com 1 set to 124.4.
So I pulled power back a little bit here. Try to get it to descend. I got a ways to go, but I'm 17 miles out, so let's pull it back to maybe 2,000. I just let it like slowly descend. Kind of got distracted a little off course. We'll get back. Oh, we're still 15 miles out. I'm a level at 1500. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is FSS, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Pembry FSS on 124.4, please repeat your request.
He has no idea what I want to do. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, say weather.
6 Bravo Golf, weather at Echo Golf Foxtrot Papa is clear. Visibility is unrestricted, winds are 244 at 5 knots, cloud coverage is clear. Current altimeter is 3045. Temperature 19 or dew point 12.
So runway 22 would be the closest if the winds are 244. So that was a good guess. Mhm. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf inbound to land runway 22.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Pembry FSS on 124.4. Please repeat your request.
It wasn't a request. So it says it's 7 miles out, so it's got to be across this water. I think on that sliver of land over there is where it is. Yeah. Yeah, you can see it. So we got to go across this. And we're over here. So I'll turn a little bit here, try to get her lined up. Okay, I'm gonna pull power back to about 2,000, descend a little bit here. It's easier to find airports if you're up a little bit higher, but whatever elevation that you're too high, you gotta get rid of before you land. I can see the runway quick enough, I can probably do a left base. But I gotta see it. Nope, looks like I'm doing a left downwind. So, pull back on the yoke a little bit, try to get myself level here. Just looking for this airport. It's not obvious yet. Up it's lined up, yep. 2-2. Certainly looks like an airport over there. But I'm trying to find a runway that lines up with what I should see. Yeah, I think it's right there. Man, it says it's only one, but... I am certainly not. Not seeing what I thought I would see. There it is. Okay. They're just trying to get everything lined up here. Okay. I'm good. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf inbound to land runway 22.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Pembry FSS on 124.4. Please repeat your request.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf inbound to touch and go runway 22.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is Pembry FSS on 124.4. Please repeat your request.
Heard that up. Okay. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf turning final. Save that one. One more to go. Of course, probably wasn't supposed to land on that one because I'd seen the X's. So I wonder if I was only supposed to land one way or not. But, oh well. It's only a simulator. So, cool, 102, that's awesome. Alright, we got to be a heading of 119. So, there we go. 40 miles away, 26 minutes. Alrighty, back to 22. Try to save some fuel here. Yeah, looks like the low fuel indicators are going to be on before I get to the next airport. That's okay. I'll make it. Oops. I think because it says tower, but it says Pinberry radio, so I think they're really a C-tap is what I think it is. I don't think there's really a tower there. I think that's just Avatab, just a generic thing is what I think it is. So I'm thinking that's what it is. I wasn't going to stick around and look at the other end of the runway to be sure. The winds were favorable to 2-2, so I went for it. I'll have to check it when I get done to see. Oops. To see what the deal is with it. Is it only one way? Because I know when I look at them, I always check if they're open to the public, and it said it was open to the public. So if it's open to the public, I assume you can land there. I don't know. All part of the challenge. But at least I had a good approach in the landing, so that's a plus. So the EGFF. So this one's 220 feet. Yeah, I wanted to run over to the store before my girlfriend gets home from work, so looks like I'm pretty much on schedule, so. So the final airport we're going to is Cardiff. So I think we're going to land on runway 30. That's my guess. If I stay on this heading, I should be entering a left downwind when we get there. Certainly went over a little bit more water than I realized it when I planned it, but when you're actually flying over it, it's a little bit different. This ain't too much. you can still absolutely see the shoreline, so. Hopefully I'll have a much more receptive person when I contact Tower in Cardiff. So we got a ground, we got a tower, and we got approach, so looks promising. I'll try to do this professional. I'll actually contact approach first. Said COM1 119.150.
COM1 set to 119er decimal
Exeter
15.
info.
Cardiff approach, Cessna 6 Bravo Go.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, this is approach, go ahead.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, inbound to land.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good afternoon. Squawk 1200, expect runway 30.
Cool. That worked better. That COM1 standby 133.100.
COM1 standby set to 133 decimal 1.
Cool. Kind of like all prepared here. This is kind of scary. So, just about ready to wrap this up. Looks like we are 11 minutes out from the final airport. So, I've contacted approach, and I have the tower and the I have tower as a standby frequency. So normally when you get kind of closer, they'll tell you to switch to tower. So normally when you're out a ways, you'll contact approach and kind of tell them your intentions. And but a lot of airport, I mean, you have to have a reasonable sized airport if you're going to have an approach and a tower. So the the airport that I trained out of had that. So basically, when I would leave the practice area, you were always in radio contact with the tower. So, and you were also always you had your transponder set to 1200, and it was set to altitude so that they kind of knew where you were. So that kind of was used to do flight following. So they kind of knew if there was another plane in the area, they'd kind of contact you and say, "Hey, do you see this aircraft?" And it was your responsibility to try to find that airplane in the sky. A white airplane and a light blue sky. It's not an easy thing to find. I mean, especially like a 172. They're not a real big footprint. So sometimes it was really, really difficult. So, but so when there was two of you that were too close, if they were too close and you couldn't see it, they would give you vectors to kind of get both of you away from each other. So, because you never know, the other airplane may not even have a radio. So, you just don't know. But that was kind of air traffic control's job. So when I would go down to the practice area, they would know where you were because you're hanging on their radar. And then when you got ready to come back, then you would contact them and tell them you're inbound to land. They would tell you what runway, is the active runway. So. And then when you got close enough, then approach would transfer you over to tower, or tell you to go to tower. So you would set it up the same way, where you would have the approach frequency that you're actively listening to, and then you had the tower frequency in your standby. So when they told you to do it, you just click on the flip button, and so then it puts the tower frequency in the active. So. Alrighty, 12 miles out. Yeah, 10, 11 miles out, there's no way you see an airport. A lot of times, even 5 miles out, you won't see an airport. Especially like it is today, where it's just a haze, and it just reduces the visibility to a point you just can't see very far.
Bravo Golf, you are 11 nautical miles from Cardiff. Radar service terminated. Contact tower on 133.1. Have a good afternoon.
And that's how that's supposed to work. Tower, Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, with you at 1,500 feet.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, good afternoon. Squawk 1200.
Normally she would have said radar contact, so I'm not sure.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf expect landing runway 30 at Cardiff.
Okay. Well, all I gotta do is find it. So I'm 6 miles away from the airport and I cannot see it. Not for sure. There is an airport there, but that's not the airport. Could be an RAF base too. Okay, I'm 3 miles out, so I'm gonna pull back the power and try to find the airport. I'm gonna be about 2,000 RPM right now. Just trying to get the airplane slowed down a bit. Two and a half miles. That is incredible. So I think that's the runway right there. Let me look. Let me test. Yep. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf, downwind runway 30.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf call turning final for runway 30.
Awesome. So elevation is 220. exciting. So I can put out a notch of flaps. I think it lined up a little better here. I'm a bit too far away from this runway, but we'll still make it happen. So we're turning on base. Second notch of flaps. Cessna 6 Bravo Golf turning final.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf winds are 242 at 7 knots, cleared to land runway 30.
Okay. A little bit high here. Pull back some power. Runway's pretty long, so it should be okay.
Cessna 6 Bravo Golf exit runway when able.
Okay. Well, I've done better. I had too much power pulled back. Trying to find a taxiway. I think there's one coming. I guess we'll go over here. I didn't see one going that way. Look like pretty big planes over here, but that's okay. We'll try to fit in. Did my bot go crazy again? Kind of looks that way. There we go. Whoops. Oh, I could park here. Yeah, park right here. I don't know what my bot was doing. My bot that had a heart attack there. Yeah, I use Pilot's ATC, so that's where my ATC comes from. So. Appears that way. Really need to look into that, figure out why that goes on. Oh my goodness. Well, that all went quite well. I'm pretty happy. Not too happy with the last landing. I know what I did wrong, so it's okay. As long as you know what you did wrong, then you'll try not to do it again. So, but all went okay. Cool. Everything is alrighty. Alrighty. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. So I got to run over to the store. So why I had pitot heat on. No reason. But we'll call it a day. And thanks for stopping by, Iowa. I always appreciate you stopping by. So, but we're gonna call it, and we'll. Yeah, I just use it. I mean, it does what I want it to do. In other words, I can fly to pretty much any airport, and within reason, it does a pretty good job. I have a pretty good. It works pretty good for doing touch and goes and that kind of stuff. So it's all good. So if you enjoyed this content, please click on the follow button, and I'm gonna call it a day for right now, and I'll probably stream tomorrow. That's kind of my plan. We'll see how it goes. Thank you much. You guys all have a great day. Thank you.